Hey, welcome back to Thoughts of the Roundtable with me, Matt Rebar.
And meet Paul Loutz.
And once again, joined by the awesome, the bewitching Mackenzie Jackson. Mackenzie, how are you?
I am good. I'm ready to tell some spooky stories.
Yes, we're so excited because we're dubbing this the Ghost Stories Holiday Edition. But as Mackenzie and I both were like figuring out, we're like, yeah, not a lot of like holiday spooking per se, but this might be a good palate cleanser for those out there who really don't want more Christmas things this time of year. So we're bringing the spookiness to your holiday season. So,
Yep.
all right,
I've,
Mackenzie. Oh, Paul, go ahead.
I've never heard of a spooky Christmas story, so I'm very excited for this.
if we manage to find one, we will have it tonight. I can't wait. But yeah, Mackenzie, hit us up. Start us with a tale.
Alrighty. So this first one is called My Grandmother's Watch. So, yes. I lived in a haunted house. It was built by my parental grandfather in the 70s, and all four of my grandparents hung around the place. There's been everything from dreams to apparitions around here, but none of it's really frightening. We know the ghost and their family. My grandmothers, both maternal and paternal, are the most frequent visitors. They're notoriously active during the holiday season, and today brought the first major paranormal experience. The holidays have truly begun. My mother and my niece were bringing up boxes of ornaments from the Christmas tree. They opened them up, and my niece pulled out a velvet box. Now, we've been using the same boxes for ornaments since I was born. I've never seen this velvet box before. My niece asked my mother what it was. My mother took it from her and opened it. Inside was my maternal grandmother's Bulva watch, which her husband gave to her on their wedding day in 1948. This watch is a big deal. It's a family heirloom, and my grandmother never took it off. My mother swears she did not inherit it. And if she had, it wouldn't have been in a plastic tub of Christmas tree ornaments, nor would have been invisible for 11 years. It isn't the first case of my maternal grandmother causing jewelry to appear either. When I was very young, my mom lost her wedding ring. It was gone for over a month, and one morning she opened her jewelry box, and it was sitting atop the earrings she'd worn the day before.
So wait, can ghosts suddenly? I didn't think they could like mess with the physical realm like this.
I thought they could.
They can to a certain point, I believe, because I mean, I've heard of like things like being pushed and like shoved off like
That's
tables.
what I was saying. Like, can't they like open like cabinets and like move stuff around?
Yes. So like I kind of to some extent I believe it, but also I'm kind of like iffy of what if a child just like grabbed it and put it in the box without them
Yeah.
knowing.
Here's the thing though, like a haunted watch to me is no big deal because I don't need a watch, right? Like we all have our phones, there's no, we're not in the 1800s. So like if a haunted watch
Matt's
showed
gonna
up,
be a haunted iPhone when he's like on his periphery.
now a haunted iPhone, or a haunted PS5, I would take the gamble on that. Haunted watch, I'm not going to buy the haunted
No,
watch.
you're gonna be haunted headphones and just spew things into people's ears and make them go nuts.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Yeah, I'm a little suspicious of this one too. I just feel like maybe someone just like found it and didn't know what it was and put it in the box. Like, is it that ghostly? I
That's
don't
what
know.
because like I read it and I was like, okay, maybe, but also it's such a hard like thing to do because like ghosts are like they're smart, but also like they're not that smart.
Wait, are they as smart
Only
as the
dumb
person who
people are
died?
ghosts.
Wait, I'm confused. Are they as smart as the person who died, or are they ghosts just like have like room temperature IQ overall? Like,
I would think they're as
I don't
smart
know.
guide, but also like I don't think they would be like smart enough to like be like, oh, here's this watch. Let me just Easter egg it.
Yeah. I wonder too, like maybe the smart people when they die, they go, "Oh, I'm going on. Like I'm gonna leave." But the dumb people are like, "I don't know. I'll just stick around and mess with watches." Is that why ghosts are dumb? Because
It's
the smart
Britney,
people
bitch.
go on. It's well, that one was a little sus. I'm a little sus, but hit us with another one. Let's do this. I'm excited.
Okay. So this next one is I think my dog is seeing a ghost and it's freaking me out. This one
Or
kind of
alternative title, My Dog's on Prozac.
yes. Okay, to start off, I got home this morning from being out and decided to take a nap. My dog came along and fell asleep right next to me. After about an hour or so, he starts growling quietly. It soon grows louder to the point where I sit up and then he starts barking. I've never heard him bark so loud and mean. I then see all the hair on his neck stand up. All while he's doing this, he is looking around the room, moving his head back and forth, almost watching something circling my bed. When I saw this, I screamed out, "If you're not here in the name of the Lord, leave." And it all stopped.
In the name of the Lord.
I just like that, like, she converted into like one of those like medieval pastors. Like, if you are not here in the name of the Lord, leave.
It was like, was this a Mormon household?
I don't know. It doesn't say, which is really unfortunate.
In all seriousness, I've heard dogs can see ghosts, but I have no idea.
The animals have like a special like third sense to them or something.
But how
like,
do we know this? I don't understand how some of this is like public knowledge. Like, we know that dogs can't eat chocolate because like they die. But like, how do we know the dog sees a ghost? I
Would you
don't.
need to know that you stupid or something? Everybody knows that.
Yeah, apparently I'm the stupid one. Yes, thank you, Paul.
I mean, I think people have just kind of assumed because like a lot of times you'll catch an animal just like looking off into the distance, like
Yeah, but that sometimes it's just them being dumb.
I was gonna say,
honestly.
I mean, animals don't have anything else to do but like sleep, eat, and look. Like, I don't
Listen,
know if like the animal looking is like an indication.
My dumbass cat saw a cactus, bit it, hurt himself, and then bit it again. These are not like always the most intelligent things in the world.
It reminds me of like when they talk about how Athena used to have the owl in Greek mythology because they used to think that owls were smart. And then the research comes out that owls are like dumb as hell.
Wait, really?
Yeah, apparently owls are stupid. They just
I didn't
look
know that.
smart.
I mean, it would make sense. They fly into windshields all the time.
Aren't pigs really smart? Like legitimately smart?
Pigs are like a 4-year-old in your house if you have a pig in your house. Yes.
I want a pig now.
And I also found out.
They will literally destroy your home.
Crows are really smart too. Apparently, crows, if they like you, they'll create art for you. Now that would be a pet I would enjoy. Imagine coming home and there's like a beautiful mosaic in the lobby of your house or something. Like,
I mean, I don't know if I want artwork by a crow. They're omens, so yeah,
well, it's a good omen if it's like doing the art for you. It's like,
I don't get the omen thing. You remember? I think black cats in ancient Egypt were like insanely good luck.
Really?
Yeah, they were like they literally worshipped black cats. Like black cats in ancient Egypt were like the height of luck. Like if you had one, you were like the best. And somehow they got like moved to like the dark side somehow.
This is
like
the sociology of it though is like we're taught to like think of these things. Like we're taught to think of crows as omens and owls are smart when in reality, you know, ravens are just loyal bitches who, you know, if you F with them, they will come for you. And I get that. As a human to a crow, I get that instinct. Like, don't come for me or else I will get the murder on you. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Anyway. Wait, was that the story or is there no, the Lord. Okay. So let's TLDR recap real quick. So in the room, dog scared out of its mind barking. She goes, "Lord, if there's a ghost here, leave." And the ghost leaves.
Well, so yeah, it stopped. And it continues with, he would occasionally growl a little after that, but nothing like it was. This has happened before when he starts barking at things that aren't there, but only seems to happen in my room and only when I'm sleeping. I don't know what to do. I'm petrified of this, and today has convinced me that it is something dark.
That freaked me out. I'll admit. It kind of freaked me out.
Meanwhile, I just like the idea of at the window, there's like a squirrel with like its middle finger raised up to the dog, and she just doesn't see it. She's like, "Oh, where's the ghost?" The squirrel's like,
like some asshole raccoon's just outside the window, like, "Sup, bitch?"
With its little hands doing like little hand things in the window. Yes.
Just
It's like, I'm outside and you're not.
All right. What's another one?
Okay. So this next one, it's a question one, which is kind of interesting. Can a ghost suddenly come to your house? So it starts off, I've lived in my house for over 10 years. My dog started staring off at nothing yesterday, and this morning...
Back to the dogs again.
Yes, back to the dogs. This morning, a hair product I use every day disappeared. I went back and looked 3 different times, opened every drawer, cabinet, floor, garbage, makeup bag, and not there. The 4th time I went back, it was suddenly on my counter next to my makeup bag. My counter isn't that big, 4 feet maybe, and that's including the sink in the middle. So,
aren't there trickster ghosts?
I don't think this is a ghost. I think you just forgot you moved the shampoo. I mean, listen, I don't think I'm the smartest person, but like my memory is so bad sometimes. And I'll be like, oh, I don't remember doing that. And instead of going, oh, there's a ghost in my house, I go, I'm probably the dumbass who moved that and forgot I moved that. Like, that's not ghostly to me. Now, it'd be one thing if there was like, shampoos in the bathroom. That would be a ghost. That would be scary.
This is why you don't have ghosts, because they know he won't be any fun. They're like, he'll just think he's a moron. Like, he won't believe us.
Because I am. They would be right to think that. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's what gets me is that we open like everything. So like, I mean, I don't know.
What are those trickster things? Isn't that a thing?
I mean, there are definitely ghosts that trick. Most often it's like little kid ghosts because they like to do that.
That's just sad as shit.
And then there's like the poltergeists, which are like the evil ones, I think, if I remember correctly. And they do like a little bit more. They do a lot of physical stuff.
Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting? I'm reading the comment section on this post, and someone says, a while back, I bought this old wooden handmade box with a hinged top from Goodwill. I kept it in my living room on this little sofa table. As the weeks went on, I started to feel spooked, like someone was watching me. There was one instance where I saw a black shadow behind my TV in the corner of my eye. My dog noticed it too. I finally realized it was the wooden box bringing all the weirdness after finding it wide open on the sofa table almost every morning. I got rid of it immediately and haven't had any weirdness since. That's wild. Now that's weird. That's ghostly.
No, I think objects can be haunted. I do.
Oh, definitely. A lot of like things like can attach to like objects, and that's why like if you ever go to like a haunted place, they're like always like don't touch it and don't take it because it will just follow you back.
Oh my God. I can imagine like the items that like I would be tempted to take. It was like free donuts at the haunted laboratory or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'll take the donut box.
I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to be all over those places.
It's 50% off at Target, but it's all haunted. I'd still be in there like, and that. So now I can't go thrifting. I might run into something at the thrift shop. Is that what's going to happen now?
I mean, you just got to take that risk. I still take it.
I like the idea of a thrift shop opening and like they 100% guarantee that they have like incensed all the product. Like that would be a smart thrift shop.
I saw this thing somebody had posted on Facebook Marketplace. I forgot what the item was. I think it was like a cabinet, but it just had a sign that said definitely not haunted.
Which is basically its way of saying, oh, this shit's haunted. Like you don't put the sign that says definitely not haunted because like I don't know. No one's asking for that. But now they see the sign. It's a no. It's a no. That's crazy.
Oh man. Matt, if you could hunt one place forever, where would you go?
Ooh, one place. Like it has to be like a closed building.
Anywhere. And Mackenzie, this for you too. I'm curious. If you had to pick somewhere.
I feel like I'd haunt a gay bar. Just because I feel like that would be like a lot of fun stuff would go down that I could be like, boo! Like people getting it out of the bathroom and I'm like rattling the door and they're like, oh, like I don't know. I think that'd be fun. That'd be funny.
This one's hard. Maybe like a library, probably. So like apparently the Griselli library is haunted. And
it's haunted with depression. I mean, absolute straight up students are depressed on that. I go into that library and it is like the morgue. So yes, I absolutely believe it's haunted.
But like I wouldn't mind haunting a library. I think it would be like fun hiding behind like a bookshelf, just knock out some books.
You could read. You could spend all the time reading.
I could become smart.
I think I would haunt a Great Clips.
A Great Clips?
Like,
yeah. And like spell out shit on the floor with the hair, you know?
Oh, that was a good.
First of all, I feel like this is like an advertisement for Great Clips. Like this is when Paul and I go, the other day I needed a haircut, and so I went to Great Clips where it was 20% off. 2, I feel like you spelling things out the hair, that would get bored after like a week. Like, what do you do that for a week and then you'd be bored, right?
And then you just like nudge people when they're getting their hair cut and just mess up their heads. That'll be fun.
Take control of like the shaver.
Oh my god, the whole like, you know how they have all that expensive product that no one ever buys at the hair salon? Just all that stuff starts knocking down on the floor.
Either that, or I wouldn't do anything at all. I would just chill there all day and watch the boomers get mad about the online check-in, you know.
Oh my god, I recently did that, and like the two like old people glared at me, and I was like,
It happens every time.
listen, I think you can access this online. I don't know. Don't make fun of me. Listen, if you want to go to a place that doesn't have online reservations, go to like the old creepy barbershop where the old guys are. That like I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
No, I don't even care anymore. It's like, sorry you didn't do this on your Nokia 3500, but like, I know what I'm doing.
Your Razor flip phone could text in that you were on your way to Great Clips. Oh my god. Okay, moving along. What's our next one?
Okay, the next one is I lived in a house where I'm convinced I was hearing/seeing the ghost of the previous owner. So this one's a little bit longer. When I was young, my family and I would move around a lot due to my dad's job. I saw a lot of towns and cities along the way, and frankly, I enjoyed it. I was around
This is the
7 or
first
8.
person. This is the first person who's had to move a lot around as a child and enjoyed it. Every time it's like, we moved a lot around as a kid and I made no friends and I hated it. And I hated my parents. Like, this is the first time. Actually, it was fun to see places. Like, okay, good for them.
Go up. So I was around 7 or 8 when we moved to this certain house. I can't remember the town's name, but it was a small town with nothing around but a Walmart. Enough about the background. The house was rustic looking, not very updated. There was always this vibe about this house, like you weren't alone and everyone felt it despite trying to deny it. The first time I heard anything was once when I got home from school. I was the first one home, so I decided to play video games. I was really into the game until I heard a creaking noise, like when something is leaning back and forth in the wind. I could hear it coming from the dining room. I put my ear up to the dining room door, and I'm certain the noise was coming from there. I open the door, and the noise stops, and I hear a huge thump. I feel a huge cold draft come out of the room. I tried to figure out what the noise was, but never figured it out. That same night, I fell asleep in the living room and again was woken up with the creaking noise. I ignored it, but for some reason, I got this feeling of dread and looked towards the hallway and can see the silhouette of someone in the prone position on the floor. I thought it was my brother trying to scare me, so I turned back and started to fall asleep until I hear a quiet voice call my name. I immediately felt dread and pulled the covers over my head. I started to hear footsteps coming towards me and stop immediately above me. I am about to shit bricks in my head. I tell myself to start swinging. I didn't care who was standing there. I do just that and nobody is there. I go sleep in my mom's room and keep it to myself. The curiosity was killing me, so I asked one of the neighbors who had lived in the neighborhood for a while if he knew anything. This certain neighbor was an older man. He was usually a jokester and was always laughing and joking. As soon as I asked, his face turned serious. He asked me why I was asking so fast. Apparently, the previous owner killed herself. Apparently, she hung herself from the dining room chandelier. I swear I never felt chills like that before. I'm convinced I was hearing her body rock back and forth and that big thud that was there when the chandelier gave out. The only reason I say that is because the chandelier is no longer there.
I think she heard Sia Chandelier and she took that song too seriously, honey. Oh my god, I'm going to hell on that one. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, I'm gonna have to jump off here in a second. So
oh gosh.
Yes,
okay.
There's some chaos up going on right now. So
oh my gosh. Well, hey, no worries. We got time for one or two more, Paul. You tell me.
I might have to get going.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? No worries. Paul, it's been good to see you. This was so fun. Actually,
Yes.
you know what I might do? If Mackenzie wants to stick around, I kind of want to record like a bonus like sequel to this because I want to talk a few more. Okay. So hey, Paul, we'll see you in the future. And thanks for more ghost stories and have a good rest of your night. Peace out.
Later. Bye.
Bye.